yourself saying in the room today something you've said for the past 20 years, don't say it. Don't say it, because we've all heard it, right? It actually doesn't bring anything new to the conversation. So try to say it a different way, or try to think a different way. Shake off those limiting beliefs, right? Let them go.
Literally, if you walk out of the room today saying the same things you said when you came in, right, you've largely wasted your time. Right? Like a measure of the success of the day is how uncomfortable you've let yourself become. It's a measure of success. Have I been willing to listen to opinions that are fundamentally different than mine and take them in? Have I been willing to sit down with people that usually I avoid at conferences like this and get into a conversation with them because I'm genuinely curious about understanding that perspective? Because it's a piece of the puzzle I don't have. And there's probably a reason I have an allergy to that person or to that word. Sitting in comfort is a sign that we're doing the same things we've always done. And that is the opposite of innovation. That's the opposite of progress. Right?
And we want you to wear two hats today. Your individual hat from where you're from and the collective hat, right? It is not simply enough to be here to serve your own self-interest. We need you to be thinking collectively.
Please refrain from talking about things you cannot control and influence. Right? Talk about things you can influence. Talk about things you can control. Talk about things that you can act on, because that's a useful conversation to be in. Don't spend all of your day talking about the things other people should be doing when you can't actually influence or control what they're up to. Right? Keep it real, keep it focused on things you can actually work on. You'll walk away with something useful then, right? Rather than just a whole slew of opinions about things you can't change.
There isn't like a capital T truth of this is a Ren and this is what it does, right? We actually need to have some multiplicity there, right? And so when we talk about Rens, let it be organic and changing and different based on where you're from.
So as soon as you find yourself back in the same old conversation about like, oh, if only, let's talk about the analysis. We've got an analysis. We've got an analysis. Let's get to work on it, right?
Yeah, I feel like kind of the overarching thing is don't let yourselves get stuck.
Yeah.
Right? Like don't get stuck in the way that you think. Don't get stuck in the typical ways you relate. Don't get stuck in the typical things you talk about or the typical like rabbit holes you go down. Right? If we know that this is just a rabbit hole and we're not going to solve it today, keep moving. Keep it in mind, right? And keep moving.